Ladies and gentlemen, PC and console captains alike, my name is Phoenix and welcome to the channel. Today we have a bit of Star Trek Online news. So today they have updated the Crystalline Catastrophe PvE event. So as we know, when they did the whole event last year, they made some changes which I thoroughly enjoyed and was happy with. And now that they're bringing these improvements to the Crystalline Entity Task Force operation completely, so the old mechanic is out, this new mechanic is hopefully in. So with that, let's go over the Cole's Note version of what is there. So there's now a 30-second mission brief time before the queue begins. This allows players time to join the queue and read the briefing if necessary before taking on the entity, which is really nice, because the one thing I really disliked about that was you got in there and then you had to quite literally boot it there. This way, you get everyone a chance, so that you're not in the middle of the event or whatever. So that should reduce that. The entity shards that it deploys are now immune to control effects. This allows the feature more room to breathe as the queue progresses. I don't know what they mean by that. I think it's just going to make it a little bit harder so that you can't use control effects on the shards. Small shards will no longer buff the entity's damage for the entire queue. Instead, they will give the entity buff stacks towards more powerful energy releases after its absorption phase, which is kind of interesting. So, so it's going to buff the amount of damage. I mean, when they made the change that if you were caught in that release, the energy release, you were automatically dead. It didn't matter what it was. So I think it's just going to go the same way. You're gonna die regardless. So this changes results in potentially stronger energy release attacks. In response to that, we've added a growing AoE indicator to show the area of energy release and how long it will be before it goes off, which was another benefit that I really did enjoy, because normally it's about 10 kilometers. If you were 10.1 kilometers away, you didn't really get hit, but there was also a chance that you could get hit with that. The entity beams attacks no longer apply to flight speed debuff to players. Instead, large shards on advanced difficulties will apply a flight speed debuff if they are able to explode on a player, which I guess would make sense, because that's what a shard is there to do, is to sort of minimize the amount of damage that's coming into the crystalline entity. So it makes it that much more challenging and difficult, which is some things I like to see. The entity is now entirely immune to damage while in the absorption phase. I think it always was. We wanted this phase to be about avoiding the energy release and preventing the shard from buffing the attack, which does make sense, because when it was in the absorption phase, anytime that you did energy weapon fire to it, you may get one damage constantly, but it was adding to the absorption phase so that it was building up more and more energy. The entity absorption phase is now 15 seconds longer than 30 seconds. This was the case on the advanced versions of the queue, but is now in parity with normal. So those that are doing it on normal, you're going to have almost the same length of time for that absorption phase to actually be released. So instead of 30 seconds, you're now having 45 seconds. Once the entity has been destroyed, it will explode into many small salvaged crystal fragments. These fragments can be destroyed to gain 1 to 5 salvage from each of them, which is kind of nice. I know sometimes you always didn't get the crystal fragments, but that's okay. There's other ways of getting salvage, but that is a nice touch. I did like that. I thought it was really nice. And that will conclude today's STO video. And as always, I would love to hear from you. Did you like the changes to this TFO during the event? Are you happy that these changes are now going to be the new normal for this TFO? And finally, for my own curiosity's sake, do you want more STO news on this channel? Sound off in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Live long and prosper. And as always, I'll see you out there.